It's so hard to keep track of the social media platforms that encourage us to express ourselves and contribute to us being the most connected we have ever been. Yet as people, we are so disconnected and so disenfranchised. Everyone wants to know what somebody else thinks, but this is not in order to celebrate diversity and ensure equity and inclusion, but rather to control your narrative, your direction, and decide your opportunities. We go in hard to expose, reinvigorate, and solidify our humanness and humanhood by having hard conversations centered around the question, is being a good person the same as being a good citizen? And who decides which is best? Everyone has feelings, beliefs, struggles, and dreams. But not everyone is bold enough or given the chance to speak openly about these and hold on to them. If you want to be sure you understand why society does not necessarily want good people, but instead wants good citizens, don't miss an episode. It's been established that we are all entitled to our own opinion, facts. And why is that so? Well, because our opinion starts off as a thought in our own individual minds. However, are we free to express our opinion without consequence, as the term free speech would have us believe? For me, the answer is a resounding no. But you may well disagree. So let's explore. Elon Musk, who based on his net worth is the richest man in the world, is of the view, and I quote, free speech is essential to a functioning democracy, end of quote. So, as the proud owner of Twitter, Elon Musk wants to protect free speech on this platform. But is this individual, Elon Musk, who many describe as a genius, creating a false sense of security for those persons in artificial intelligence land who are perhaps less intelligent than himself, perhaps young impressionable minds, for those who struggle with expressing themselves in a politically correct manner, for those who he has influence over, and last but by no means least, for the rest of us who are not in a possession of his immense wealth and therefore do not have the potential ability to weather any storms that come about as a result of our blind acceptance that we have free speech. As my first two episodes demonstrate, there are repercussions associated with free speech, both in artificial intelligence land and the real world. So I guess what Elon Musk will aim to do is address the repercussions previously witnessed, such as the suspension or banning of individuals from the Twitter platform. But come on, Elon, you know the free speech principle is not void of responsibility, the rule of law, and therefore accountability, which therefore requires us to be mindful in our choice of words. Otherwise, we could find ourselves facing libel or slander cases in the real world. So, as Nori says in his track, Super Thug, is you knowing what you facing? End of quote. We must think first and not take the free speech principle at face value, because there could well be consequences, as we saw with Ye, where he was reduced to a millionaire from a multi-billionaire status literally within the blink of an eye. And what we saw happen with Andrew Tate, who was strategically cancelled on all social media platforms in artificial intelligence land. In the real world, there are such things as libel and slander, and these can be two of the byproducts of free speech undertaken in artificial intelligence land. You see, if in writing you make a false statement that can be proven to be damaging to a person's reputation, you will be guilty of libel. And if, via your spoken words, you make a false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation, you will be guilty of slander. The recent case brought by Cardi B against blogger Tasha K is a casing example of this. The blogger made certain claims about the rapper, and a judge and jury determined that these claims were libelous, slanderous, and an invasion of privacy. The blogger's claim to free speech was determined to be the spreading of malicious rumours, and as Cardi B suggests, may well have been so designed in order to attract views. Blogger Tasha K's so-called free speech and negligence in her choice of words and her drive, perhaps, and determination to attract views cost her $4 million or just under £3 million in damages, and rightfully so perhaps. As I pointed out in a previous episode, elevating opinion as if it is the truth is becoming increasingly prevalent in artificial intelligence land, and this is very concerning. However, in the real world, there are some clear lines drawn between the two as codified in law. And as the Cardi B case demonstrates, there are real consequences. So don't fall into the free speech trap, feeling you can say anything you want. You can't. And in truth, you should not be able to, especially when you want others to believe it's true and you have no proof, and when you want to belittle and hurt others just for clout. As said in the track, Clout by Offset and featuring Cardi B, they, quote, talk crazy on tweets, end of quote. There's, quote, no cure for the IG disease, end of quote. Quote, the blog and the media fake, quote. Everybody want to be lit, everybody want to be rich, end of quote. So, quote, they do anything for clout. I wonder, how many of us truly believe that there is no need to be scared when our free speech centers on facts or focuses on good things? As I said in a previous episode, in artificial intelligence land, there appears to be no guarantee that real truth and real facts cannot be dismissed or denied. And alongside that, the notion of what is morally good appears to be a moving target. So, please think before you engage and take the decision to record your present view forever in artificial intelligence land. Let me repeat what I just said. So please think before you engage and take the decision to record your present view forever in artificial intelligence land. Each time we must ask ourselves the questions. Is it my firm belief that I will be willing and able to defend my opinion, not only today, but also in the future? Will I be willing to stand by my opinion and not cave in to demands to offer an unqualified apology or denounce my opinion as vile and harmful, if not immediately, at some point in the future? And or will I be able and willing to accept the consequences of my free speech expressed today? If you are in any way hesitant in your responses to those questions, please consider your wording once you decide to engage and commit to recording your opinion. Then review the words you decide on to express your freedom of speech before you press the icon that gives it global reach. Remember, review the words you decide on to express your freedom of speech before you press the icon that gives it global reach. At the forefront of your mind always should be that care must be taken in artificial intelligence land when engaging with the principle of free speech. The alternative, in the words of Nori on the Super Thug track, quote, keep it on the hush-hush, don't talk too much, as sometimes it's better to come to the conclusion, quote, I got to keep my mouth shut and don't say what. Perhaps Elon Musk needs to reconsider whether his published comments on free speech are expressed in a way that could give the wrong impression, and therefore possibly have a malevolent effect, especially as he is someone who has a large following, and more so as he is now the owner of this platform, Twitter, that he himself expressed, and I quote, speaks to the inner masochist, end of quote. Did Elon Musk mean that his platform appeals to a person who derives sexual gratification from being subjected to physical pain or humiliation? That's weird. Or is he referring to a person who takes pleasure in causing pain and suffering to others? Now, that's worrying. This is Ava Dana. Look out for our next episode or press the subscribe button.